This recording setup, a reel-to-reel tape recorder, and this microphone, the Sennheiser MD421, would have been a very common combination for any reporters or broadcasters in the 1960s and 70s. This microphone was first released in 1960 at a time when handheld directional microphones were still pretty novel, and with the 421 offering, compared to its contemporaries at least, superior fidelity, excellent noise rejection, and an upper mid-range emphasised sound which kept speech intelligible, this microphone became the #1 choice for television and radio broadcasting, reporting and field recording, press conferences, and just about any situation where a voice needed to be captured reliably. Broadcasting has largely moved on from tape machines and this almost 65-year-old microphone design in favour of more modern solutions, but these mics still enjoy popularity in the world of music production, where they have become iconic for being able to sonically represent drums and toms, string and brass instruments, and, of course, guitar cabinet recording. Unfortunately, the size and weight of the 421 make it often impractical for many applications where sound engineers would love to use them, a problem compounded by the design of the removable clip, which is notorious for dropping the heavy microphone when positioned in a downwards facing arrangement for drum recording. This is a microphone that I've always loved the sound of, but I've never owned until now, purely because its size makes it a little cumbersome to set up in front of guitar cabinets without getting knocked out of place. The long body is designed to function as a handle for handheld operation, but since that's no longer a common application of this microphone, sound engineers have been crying out for Sennheiser to create a smaller, lighter version of the 421, which would make it more applicable to all the situations where we desperately want to use it. And that's exactly what they've done. This is the MD421 Kompakt, almost half the size, almost half the weight, with a vastly improved clip design, yet the same size of basket, the same mic capsule inside, and most importantly, the same sound, or at least as close you're going to get to it when reducing the internal chamber size. Let's capture some guitar tones with these 421s. I've got them both arranged here side by side on the Gravity Twin mic mount. That will keep them equidistant from the audio source, and I'll be positioning the centre line of the speaker directly between them, so that we will be capturing equivalent sections of the speaker on both microphones. I know some people will moan about that, as it's not technically the most scientific way to approach a microphone comparison, but this is just a quick demonstration to show there is no vast difference in coloration from each mic model. Now that you've heard both of these MD421s, let's talk about post-processing. What you are hearing is essentially the raw microphone signal, but I am doing a couple of tidy-up processes in order to represent the audio at its best. Firstly, I've got an EQ which is only doing a high pass, low pass, which is outside of the frequencies reproducible by the guitar speakers. This is here purely to remove any erroneous low-frequency rumble or high-frequency fizz that was picked up by the mics and wasn't generated by the guitar amp or speaker. And secondly, I'm giving these the mildest kiss of compression to tame any troublesome transients. The distressor plugin is barely activating in this configuration. Its gain reduction is purely on the occasional transient spike. In a real-world application, I'd be hitting the compressor a little harder than this, and I'd be pulling down the upper mid resonances around 4 kHz. There's even a bit of a whistle around the 6 kHz with a big one I'd like to address, and even before that I'd be positioning the microphones differently. Two different speakers were used here. The Les Paul was playing through the Tone King's 112 open back cabinet loaded with a Celestion 1660, and the Blue Strat was playing through the Hofnein 212 with the mics on the Celestion Vintage 30. Across both speakers, there sounds like a consistent difference in the two microphones. They are both representing the upper mids slightly differently, which becomes more pronounced with higher gain. The Kompakt sounds well-rounded, while the original has a more nasal quality, but I think I could get them both sounding nearly identical simply by moving the original further from the speaker cap and towards the speaker's edge. The big one might just be a little more sensitive in the upper mids, but both sound excellent straight off the mic and would require very little post-processing to get them mix ready. The advantages of the Kompakt are in its size and weight, and I can see myself making far more use of the small one for those reasons alone. And it would be entirely reasonable to write off any of the sonic differences between these two as a result of my poor methodology, introducing variances in position, cables, preamp, on top of any manufacturing tolerances in the capsules. If you are interested in purchasing one or more of these for your studio, then please do consider using one of my affiliate links below. That helps me generate some income from my recommendation here. And thanks of course to Sennheiser for very kindly providing me these microphones. And on a personal note, thanks for all your words of encouragement. There are some wonderful, beautiful people working at Sennheiser who truly do care, and it's delightful to see. That's all for now. Keep it loud and stay safe.